It is 10:20 a.m. and it is time now for the Peter Channel mid-morning news on this Monday morning, November 14th, 2069. Peter J. Wiggins, New York News. The Nine's top story is President-elect Donald Trump faces a growing backlash against his decision to name campaign chairman and former head of Breitbart News Stephen K. Bannon as chief strategist at the White House, a choice critics believe will empower white nationalists. Beijing, China might have been a trade cheat and currency manipulated to candidate Donald Trump, but the country has suggested it's open to playing a role to the President-elect's program of rebuilding America's Kremlin and infrastructure. President-elect Donald Trump appeared to be soft stance on immigration, but not on abortion. Washington, New Jersey Governor Chris Christie's February endorsement of Donald Trump shocked observers at a first-time capitulation from the Republican and saboteur the man who would eventually become their nominee and then there. New Zealand is planning to send military helicopters and Navy ships to rescue about 1,000 tourists and hundreds of residents who remain stranded in the coastal town of Kaikoura after a powerful earthquake on Monday cut off train and vehicle access. Left-wing critics warned about Obama's dangerous president, yet Democrats attacked him. Now, look what happened. As Donald Trump looked on control during the assassination of mass surveillance, still 11 Democrats. London, WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange has begun giving a statement in the presence of a Swedish prosecutor regarding allegations that he sexually assaulted 2 women in the country 6 years ago. WikiLeaks tweeted on Monday. London, there will be no third person in the relationship between British Prime Minister Theresa May and U.S. President-elect Donald Trump when he is in Oval Office, May spokesman said Monday. Donald Trump divided Europe last night as France joined Britain in stomach and mercy. EU talks in a block supports to him. French Foreign Minister Jean-Marc Ayrault followed Boris Johnson by ignoring the special summit in Brussels on the U.S. Chisinau, Moldova, a pro-Russian politician, has secured a clear win in Moldova's presidential race. Final results showed Monday in an election that many Moldovans hope will kindle ties with Moscow. President-elect Donald Trump, in his first TV interview since the surprise election victory, repeated his vows to build a wall across America's southern border, deport criminal illegal aliens, and repeal and replace Obamacare. A Northern Michigan police officer has been suspended from active duty after he was seen driving a pickup truck carrying a Confederate flag where people were protesting Donald Trump's presidential win. Democrats on Capitol Hill think that the newly elected Republican president might have as much in common with them as the Republicans running Congress, and they are planning to take full advantage of it. Police say a weekend shooting at Sweet 16 party in Connecticut left 4 people wounded and 1 man seriously injured. Officers arrived at the club in Bridgewater about 10:45 p.m. Beijing, the first Chinese wooden fighter J-10 fighter jet was killed in a train accident according to China's statewide media. Seoul, a former U.S. negotiator, said Monday the incoming Trump administration is unlikely to hold direct talks with the North Korean leadership. Sofia, Bulgaria, women would have a newcomer to politics won Bulgaria's presidential election, Republican Prime Minister Borisov's resignation. Chisinau, Moldova. Igor Dodon, a pro-Russian candidate, has become a president of Moldova after winning a second election, an election official said. Miami. U.S. Customs and Border Protection agents in Miami intercepted a group of seeking to illegally export handguns and ammunition to Venezuela, court documents show. San Diego. Donald Trump's lawyers have filed a motion to delay the civil suit involvement in now-defunct Trump University until after the inauguration in January. One out of every 40 people in America lives in New York City. The population 84 million, more than 39 other states. For every vote cast for Donald Trump in the city last Tuesday, more than 4 cast for Hillary Clinton this year, and 79%. In the days after Donald Trump's presidential victory, the words played out in online articles and social media prompted droves of internet users to look up their definitions: fascism, bigot, xenophobe, racism, misogyny. Lincoln's new Rebel branded premium audio system garnered significant praise when it launched, and now it's Samsung's. Made in U.S. retail American Apparel filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection early Monday after its latest turnaround plan flopped. Global stocks stick tired and the sell-off of bond markets even on Monday extended an election week. Popular bets. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is now at 37.08 points, up at 18,924.74. SP up 4.72 points at $2,169.17, and Nasdaq's up 2 at 5,239.12. The November supermoon is extra close to Earth today, probably on an extraordinary sight for Skywatcher about exactly what makes this month's full moon so special. As its NASA explains, the closest full moon until 2034. Time of the ongoing international climate meetings in America, Morocco, and United Nations World Meteorological Organization has affirmed what many scientists have already considered inevitable. 2016 agency said it will be very likely. NASA's earliest and greatest astronauts gave it at Kennedy Space Center on Friday to mark the grand opening of the new space exhibit, which they're the stars. Mecca, Morocco. Global temperatures have soared toward the record high this year. The UN Weather Agency said Monday, while another report showed emissions of a key global warming gas have flattened out in the past 3 years. Dynavax says FDA rejects its hepatitis B vaccine. Calling crisis hotlines rose sharply after the election. Mental health professionals say while call centers try to take an increased volume, experts identify as struggling to cope with the Donald Trump presidency. A new study finds that a fundamental difference in the brains of girls and boys in a way you probably won't expect. There always been fundamental differences between girls and boys and how their brains work, but one of the studies shows us surprising. Okay, take a look at New England Alerts report at 10:26 here. In Lawrence, Massachusetts, 135 Butler Street at Bristol, 2 on fire. On floor number 2 with a pulse sent to the roof. And in Bellingham, Massachusetts at 2 on fire. 22 4th Avenue and A in the road. Peter Chill News Times, 10:26 minutes. Time now for a sports report. At New England 1, Russell Wilson down 4 points first with Ricardo locked the goal line. New England defensive back Malcolm Butler's there, and Seattle Seahawks are overturned the favor as they defeat the Patriots 31-24 as the Seahawks-Patriots is the best rivalry in football. After spending the first 7 years of the NBA career with Oklahoma City Thunder, Serge Ibaka took the court at Chesapeake Energy Arena Sunday wearing another team's colors for the first time. Peter Chill News Time is now 10:27 on this Monday morning, and it is time now for a traffic report on this mid-Monday morning here. Beep beep! Let's WFMBTA. We're on the subway system SL4. Still on an express and minor laser traffic. On the commuter rail, it is looking good. And on the ferries, they are looking good. Alright. Looking at some highways and byways here. 95 on the southbound side is the little slow after Route 7 in Norwalk, Connecticut. Route 9 on the westbound side, little slow around New Britain stretch. Out in Rhode Island, 138 on the eastbound side of Newport Bridge, it's a little slow. Out in eastern Massachusetts, Southeast Expressway on the northbound side is backed up from Furnace Brook Parkway and Quincy all the way at the Dorchester Southeast Expressway. Southbound side is backed up to the Dorchester stretch. Route 93 southbound side is backed up from Route 16 in Medford all the way to the Zachem Bridge. Route 1 southbound side back to Charlestown down at Route 93. Mass Parking on the westbound side is backed up for the 10 Williams Tunnel from Logan Airport to South Boston. 128 on the northbound side is back to Route 2 in Lexington all the way to Route 3 in Burlington. Route 190 on the northbound side back on the Newport West Boylston stretch. 495 on the southbound side is backed up from Route 3 in Lowell to Chelmsford. 495 on the southbound side is backed up from 97 April to 213 in Methuen. Everett Turnpike and southbound side is backed to the Manchester stretch. 93 in both ends is backed around Everett Turnpike in Manchester, New Hampshire. 89 southbound side is a little slow just around Route 93 in Concord, New Hampshire. Interstate 89 on the southbound side is backed up at the Canadian border up in Vermont, and Interstate 87 on both ends is backed around Route 11 up in Champlain, New York, and all Route 15 on the northbound side backed up in 7 Quebec headed towards Montreal. Peter Chill News Time, 10:29, and it is time now for a weather report. Alright, today, slight skies about 65 degrees, southwest about 5 miles to 7 miles an hour. For tonight, slight chance rain after 4 a.m. Increased skies about 39 degrees, light variable wind, chance rate 20%. Tuesday, rain 56 degrees. North freeze about 3 to 8 miles an hour. Chesapeake is 9%. New percent between a quarter and an inch possible for Tuesday. Showers likely mainly before 7 p.m. Most skies go about 46 degrees. Light variable wind. Chesapeake is 6%. New percent less than 7 inch possible for Wednesday. Put the stats about 59 to about 41 degrees. West about 3 to 5 miles an hour for Thursday. Sunday, most goods about 58 to about 38 degrees. For Friday, Sunday, most goods about 6 to about 38 degrees. Saturday, most skies go about 61 to about 39 degrees. And for Sunday, chance of showers. Put the stats about 52 degrees. And Chesapeake is 30%. Currently not near its clear skies. It is 53 degrees with a humidity of 28%. And that is going to be it for the Peter Channel. Meanwhile, in the news on this November the 14th, 2016 on a Monday, I'm pretty sure we have a good morning with a good day. It'll be a good day and a good afternoon.